What's up, guys? I'm going to show you how to make your images look 10 times better just using a really simple tool in Adobe. So I've got my image here and it's okay, but I would like a lot more separation from the subject in the background. So what you're going to do is you're going to come over here to Mask and you're going to hit Subject. Lightroom's AI is going to select the subject. This looks pretty good. So any changes you make while you're selected on this mask here are only going to apply to the mask. You're gonna scroll down here to sharpness. This is gonna vary on like how much you need, but for me, I can kind of go all the way up and not have a problem. Do a little bit of texture. You don't want over crunchiness, and that's what you get from using clarity. As you can see, over clarifying your images is like the worst thing you can do. Very, very little clarity is needed ever. Once you've got that all set up how you want, you're going to duplicate and invert the mask. And what that's going to do is exactly what it says it's gonna do. It's gonna duplicate and invert the mask. So now all the changes I make are applying to the background. So you wanna do basically the opposite of what you just did. So I'm taking the sharpness down, and you can see that just made my blur I had a lot less crunchy and more smooth. And even here you can tell like that's just a much better image out of the box. So there's still a little more you can do. You can pretty much like take this down to where you think it's reasonable. I like a lot of blur. So if you have a good image, this can make it great. Creates a lot of contrast without using the contrast tool. That's the biggest thing. So my colors are still good here. Everything's still good. Something you can do is you can, on your background, you can turn the saturation down a little bit. That'll also create some separation between your subject and the background. I don't like that this is all blurry down here. It looks like you can tell what I just did. I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna go to subtract from that because that's what I wanna do. Take the brush, you're gonna subtract that blur from the ground. Use your best judgment. I think like around here is where it starts to make sense. Everything's blurred out. And then there's one more cool little trick I want to show you with the mask tool. So on a separate mask, you hit brush, you can make this a lot smaller. And then going to, I don't know why this does this. It does that like shooting into left field every single time. So what you need to do to erase that, you can just hold the Alt key and start drawing over it, and it will basically does the opposite tool. Adding, it will subtract. If you're subtracting, it will add. So I'm gonna just get rid of that. I don't know why that does that. I don't know if that's a bug on my own computer or if that's something other people experience. But you're gonna come in here and then I'm going to drop the shadows. And what that's gonna do is tilt is gonna be way cooler, I think. You can definitely overdo it. There's no point to overdo it. I think just going from like a little bit of that to a little bit of that. So this just went from like a kind of a poopy photo to something I might use as like a recruitment tape like thumbnail. And there's a lot of cool things you can do with that mask. These presets for masks are really cool too. If you highlight someone's eyes and you hit enhance eyes, it will bring out highlights in their eyes and make them easier to see. If you cover their skin, it will give them smooth skin. If you want to whiten someone's teeth, it will whiten their teeth. These are really effective. Do not sleep on these. Do not sleep on these features, y'all. So if you don't want to do that work every single time, what you can do is you can come into here and hit choose edit settings to copy, and the masking will normally be turned off. So if you select that, hit copy, and then you copy, it'll apply the same thing. It'll do the same thing I just did. So this is how I will use the masking tool in Lightroom to improve my image quality.